Hey there, I am going to walk you through some of the basics of the new website and I will show you how to add a new blog post. I will show you how to edit the website pages themselves and do any edits on this home page. So, first, we'll start with adding a blog. And what you're going to do right now at the top, you can see this is a temporary domain, but I will send you in an email the logins to get into the back end of your website. And once you've logged in using those logins, you're going to land on this page here. This is your dashboard. And so, adding a new blog post, all you do is go down to posts and just hover over that, and you can click add new. And that's going to take you right to the screen to add a post. And so up here is where you would enter the blog title. And then down here, you want to make sure you're clicked on visual. So text is going to look like website code. Visual is going to look more like a word processor. So if you've already created your blog post or typed it out somewhere else, you would just paste it into this area here. But you're also welcome to just come in here and start writing out the blog. So this is where the content goes. And so within the blog, you can add images wherever you want by clicking, you want your cursor to be where the image is going to go. So if the cursor is here at the beginning, your image is going to be the first thing. If your cursor is over here at the end of the text, it's going to be at the end of the blog. So wherever you want your image, just bring your cursor there first, and then you'll click Add Media. And this is going to bring up, these are all the photos that we've been using for the website. And so if you want to upload something new, you would just go to Upload Files and select it from your computer, insert into the post. Pretty easy. So that's how you would add an image. You know, this has all the basics. I'm sure this is pretty normal for you since you have been blogging for a while now. So getting your post all set up in here, and then the next thing you're going to want to do is over in the categories, make sure you give it the correct category. That's what's going to show up on all of the navigation, right? So making sure you have the category there. And really that, one more thing. All of this stuff is just kind of built in. You don't have to mess with it. The third and really important thing here is setting the featured image. So on the home page right now, we have the different categories that show up. And so by adding the latest posts, so when you add a featured image, that image is going to show up on that home page. It's also going to show up on the landing page here. Let me just go in and show you what I'm talking about here. So the latest post, your featured image will be here, and it's also going to be on any one of these category pages. So if you click into fashion, again, this is the latest, or the featured image, showing up. So it is important. You want to have, each blog having a featured image. So I just sent you a video. You'll have your own tutorial on how to create one in Canva. And the reason being that we want the images to all have the exact same size. I know that can kind of mess up formatting sometimes if it's kind of like a vertical image, but it has to fit into a square. The only reason being is because on the home page, you can see down here that the latest posts, these are all different image sizes, and that's because it's how they were uploaded. So to make this consistent and exact every time so that it has the same look as these category images, you'll want to make sure that you use that tutorial and create that exact image size. And so I have it set right now as 800 by 800 pixels. And so once you have your featured image created, you'll go ahead and click Set Featured Image. Again, your media screen is going to pop up and you'll upload that image and press, Set Featured Image, and then that's all set there. So it's title, content, category, featured image every time, and that is going to keep this all nice and consistent. And when you've done that, you can either click Publish, or you can set the publish date up here by clicking Edit. you can set a different time if you want it to publish. So if you want to maybe write a lot one day and then go in and you can set these blogs to publish at different times. So that is how to add a blog post. And the next thing I want to show you is just updating different website pages themselves. So over on the, I'm going to go ahead and just cancel this, move it to the trash. So on the left-hand side here, you'll click Pages, and again, you'd hover and click Add New. Sorry, we're not adding new pages. Okay, Pages, and then you'll click All Pages, and so that's going to show all the pages for your website. And these are just the static pages, so it's not the blog categories. Those can't really be changed at all, but your About page, Contact page, all of that can be changed a little bit. So if you wanted to add content or change content, you'd click on the page that you want to change. And again, it looks just like a blog post. So it's really the same thing. You would just update the content in here and then click update. And if you ever needed to delete a page, you'd move it to the trash. I don't really recommend deleting pages. I would just make it, not a public page so that people can't see it if you just need it behind the scenes or whatever. So basically the same as a blog. You don't need to do the featured image for pages. We don't actually have anywhere in the website where it pulls in that featured image, so that doesn't matter for here. So that would be a quick edit to any of your pages. And then the final thing I wanted to show you is a little bit about your homepage. So the way that this template is set up is that most of the sort of styling and complexities are actually on that homepage. The rest is pretty straightforward. So in order to, let me first just we'll go to the homepage here. So every part of this homepage is its own little section. So this is like the first part, and then all of these images are the second part, third part. So each of these parts of the homepage have their own corresponding widget. And so in order to do any changes on the homepage, you're going to go to Appearance, and then hovering on Appearance, you'll see Widgets, and you're going to click Widgets. So this opens up here. On the right-hand side, these are the different, front page 1, front page 2. These are all of the corresponding sections of your homepage. So the first one is that it's the text that goes over the large image is front page 1. I'm going to also send you, I have a file from this template that should also help with some of this, but just so you know also without having to get documents out, this is the text that goes on that homepage image you'll see here. This right here is corresponding to the front page 1. So if you are doing any editing here, I would say keep all of these little widgets intact. Don't move or don't delete these widgets, but you can adjust the content from within them. So if you want, instead of this to say get started, if you want it to say explore or whatever, you would just change out that little piece of content here and keep everything else the same. If something ever got messed up, feel free to reach out to me and I can help kind of get it back into shape. But these home pages are a little finicky, and I mean, honestly, if I deleted this one little box here, your homepage might distort, like everything could be distorted. So it's just a little finicky, but nothing to fear. So the second part is the category images. So you can see each one of the images here. If you wanted to put a different image for any one of these, you would use front page 2, and you would just find the image that you want to change out, and you would click replace image. It's going to pull up all of your images here. Again, you'd upload the file you want to replace it with and press save, and that will change out this image here. There's no text that goes there. At the top though, right now it says explore your VIP pass. Again, that's something that you could change the content on. All of these images could change. And the third part is showing your featured posts, which is your latest post, really. So if you scroll down on the homepage, I've got these 3 latest posts. Now, here's a little tricky part. In order for these to be side by side like they are, this has to it can only be sorted by category. So instead of just showing the 3 most recent posts here, it's actually showing the most recent posts from different categories. So we can only do 3. 3, or I might even be able to do 6. So it would actually look kind of similar to this if we wanted to. But here is what you would do. So again, this first text widget is just the title that says the latest. That could be changed if you want to make it say, I don't know, the latest posts or whatever. And then each one of these corresponds to a different category. So if you drop this down, this one is for the fashion category. It can change to anyone you want, but keep all of these settings as they are. So this is, again, just going to ensure that everything is consistent. But just to walk you through it a little, I have it set to show this category. It's only showing 1 post from the category, and it's ordered by the date, so it'll be the most recent post. So if you had posted 3 things, the last one that you posted, number 3, is what's going to show up. I have it set to show that featured image at a medium size. I think that's going to work. Again, once you have the same image sizes, you could change all of these to the 400 by 400 or the 600 by 600, but I think we're going to probably want to keep it at the medium size. This is something you could change, though. Don't worry, you can change it right back. But this will ensure that featured image shows up. It's saying, yes, we want it to show the post title, and we want it to show just the first 100 characters of the blog, and then there's a button that will say read more. So that's sort of the breakdown of each one of these. So again, the first one is for fashion. The second one I have set to food, and the third one I have set to travel right now. I would choose your top 3 categories that you're typically blogging about. And just, you would go in here and just be like, actually, I blog way more about fashion, so using that one. And that's sort of how this part works with the featured images. The final part on the homepage is just the little blurb that's about you. So again, that is all just text that could be changed out. The title can be changed, and that is what is in the gray area below the most recent posts. The subscribe form is already set to your MailChimp, and so I've done a test on that, and it all works well. Another limitation we kind of have to do first, last, and email. I know sometimes people just want to enter their name. The pop-up, however, is set to just the email. So again, this is one of those little quirks with the template that we're using, but it looks good. So I think that's really what's important. People don't really care about entering, what they have to enter, and they're just going to do it anyways. If you want to change, though, this text here where it says subscribe to stay up to date, that's right in the same widget area. This is the widget above content. So you'll see it's all set up here, and the content that you can change is right here. So the text to show before the form, that can be anything you want, and then you would just scroll down and click save. The rest of this is all kind of set. This is like a code from within your MailChimp, so I would, if you're going to edit any content, I would really just do this first part here. So let's see, that form shows up as the big gray box. It's at the bottom of your home page, but it's actually at the top of every other page. So the last one is the pink box in the footer of the website, and that's the exact same form, but if you want that text to change, you have to go to, let's see, is it footer? Yeah, footer 3. And again, you can explore all these to see what's here, just so you know, but I don't change any of this stuff typically unless you really need the content changed. But again, you would just go to footer 3, drop down this menu, and update the content in these 2 areas. The rest would stay the same, and you would just click save. So, I know that was a mouthful, but hopefully this helps you with anything that you're gonna need to edit on your own. So I would say right now, the first thing is getting those featured images on every blog post to be the exact same size, just so we have consistency here and so we have consistency on the homepage. And so yeah, I think that is all I'm going to share with you for this video. And the cool thing is you can keep watching this again and again, so that if you want to walk through any of the stuff that I showed you, you can go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave you with this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.